But the most critical message is never give up, never surrender. Anyone seen Galaxy Quest? Because you're supposed to say it in that really bizarre voice. Never give up, never surrender. I can't remember how he did it, but I was so told that film, and it's like I'm supposed to stand there and go, never give up, never surrender. If you believe in it, if it is your passion, and it really is going places, get behind it. Get your whole heart behind it. It is not worth, life is far too short, basically, to sit there saying, oh, I'll do it another day. I'll do it in 5 years' time. And the economy's better when, my kids are a bit older, when, I've got a bit more time, when I'm not doing this, when I'm not doing that. Get to it now. I sat there and I wrote 17 books in 5 years, and I just kept on writing. Because then I get to go to publishers, and when the publishers take me, they say, wow, this is fantastic, you've written 17 books, I can relax a little bit. I can do all the things, the non-writing things that you need to do to get your books out there, without having to worry that I need to actually write. Of course, I still write obsessively, which is part of the problem with me. If you took Amnar away from me, like with Lisa, I probably wouldn't exist. I'd just fizzle out onto the floor, because it gave me my life back. And what I've got out of it so far is I'm getting slews and slews of emails, people asking questions and saying, I really love your world, this is fantastic. We have a special day now. Thank God it's Friday. Well, for a certain bunch of people on Twitter, it's not thank God it's Friday anymore, it's thank God it's Amnar Day. It wasn't invented by me, it was invented by somebody else. Because they keep coming on in the morning, and I come down and I start doing the prep to get the podcast out there. And the guys are all coming on and they're going, it's Amnar Day, it's Amnar Day, it's Amnar Day. And suddenly it isn't about me and making my dream happen. It's about these guys and what they're getting out of it. And the fact that they get excited on a Friday because whatever else they're doing in the world, they're also really excited about this world, my world, that I've created. It's just not my thing anymore. They've gone on and taken it out there. I know someone who's actually making detailed notes on every podcast. I'm like, my good God. Must be a full-time job following me around with all the writing that I do. So that is basically my message. Keep picking yourself up. Don't be afraid of failure. You know what they say, fail early and fail often? It's good advice. If you've ever have to handle a really huge catastrophic failure, Texan-style failure, where it really goes kaboom, that's the kind of failure you want to have, because you know you can do pretty much anything after you've been through that. And I look back on the days when I had anorexia, when I had to survive getting out of hospital with brain damage and amnesia. Great thing actually about if you have to go through that, you have amnesia, is everyone who tells you you can't do things, you completely forget. It's like, oh, no, I didn't. And it made me look back and see that I actually had that strength to keep going and keep carrying on. Even when I was facing all of these rejections, all these people saying there's no market for it. Of course there's a market for it. There's a market sitting right there on Twitter. These obsessive fans keep writing to me, hoping that certain characters die because they can't stand them. And other people who are really, really upset with me right now because one of their favourite characters is about to die. So that's the kind of excitement that I'm talking about here, is when people get a hold of your idea and you're passionate about it and you want to get out there with it, then they come straight back with it, and they're excited, it's their idea, and they go out there and they share it with their friends, which is understand what's happening now. And they're forming their whole Amnar groups out there in the States, people getting hugely excited about it. And I'm just sitting in my apartment every day, reading the books, writing, keeping going, getting stuff out there, helping people as much as I possibly can to get their own writing out there. And you feel that you're part of this huge sense of community that gives and gives back. So you're never alone when you're doing this, and it's very, very important that you remember, start now, fail early and fail often, don't be afraid of failure, keep going. Apart from chocolate and vodka, if you think about it every day, you should not give it up. That was the advice I was given this morning. Never give up anything you think about every day, unless possibly chocolate and vodka. Unless you really, you could start a business in chocolate and vodka. Would that work? I don't know. Fail early and fail often. Believe in yourself. Trust your own advice first. My dad told me not to get a degree in English, and I ended up not getting a degree in English. Got a PhD in geography instead. But I learned to trust my own advice after that. Your heart, your gut instinct. You can read all the books in the world, you can do all the degrees in the world, you can take all the advice from all the people out there. In the end, you are the only person who knows what's appropriate for you. You are the only person who knows what your strengths are. If your strengths are going out there and talking to people, then that's what you need to be doing. If your strengths are writing, you need to be writing. If your strengths are helping people, you need to be helping people. Play to your strengths. Don't ever go out there with a plan that's based on all the places where you're weak, where you struggle. You can work on those places where you feel weak. But in the end, what you really need is to be focusing on your strengths, because that will keep pushing you out there. And keep believing in your dream. The difference between the people who sit behind a desk for the rest of their lives saying, oh, one day I'm going to do this thing, and J.K. Rowling got on with it. She got on with it. She wrote the book, she got it out there, and she did it. It's the same with Tolkien, and it's the same with every other writer out there. It's the same with Richard Branson, it's the same with Bill Gates, and it's the same with Steve Jobs. They all have the same attitude. They get the hell on with it. They trust themselves and trust their own advice first. It's great, you can go out there to lots of other people and ask them specifically for what you need, but don't get deluged, don't get lost in what other people think, because you know what is best for you. You know where your strengths lie. You know what your passions are. And keep trusting yourself. And basically, keep on keeping on, because it doesn't matter how long it takes, whether it happens tomorrow or it happens in 10 years' time. You just keep on going, because you find your own path. You know, you can look at other people and see their path and go, well, I might do that. You notice the most successful people in the world. Sorry, that's me. Cool. I'm sorry, that's probably a client. Should have turned my phone off. That's unfortunately what it's like for me at the moment. I seem to get called every 5 minutes. Where was I? Yes, keep on keeping on, because in the end, what really drives these big businesses to success, what really drives authors to great success, is the fact that they are there behind it and they keep believing in it. And that's how you get to a position where you're completely unpublished, so you've got no support, you've got no official agent or anything like that, but you're getting invited to literary festivals and being asked to speak. You're surrounded by published authors. And you're just like them, you're just out there enjoying yourself, and people are coming up to you and saying, oh, that's fantastic, I want to do what you do. And that's what makes it all worth it for me, is that it doesn't matter whether I've got no money or I've got tons of money. I'm still living my dream, and I'm still living my passion. I'm doing what really I knew I should have been doing at 9 years old. So, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it.